Lovelies. So this morning's Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle coming in. We have Pink Moon. Now the message on the bottom here, your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving. So the pink moon is, well, it's an event that really is a North American thing. It's a full moon in April. It's that time where winter is stretched out to the point where you start to believe you're not going to see spring, and then poof, the pink phlox blooms, and there's a carpet of pink everywhere. So this is that point where it might seem improbable, but it's something you can accomplish. So that there's something that you're facing right now, or that you've been working on, or trying to work on, or considering, or contemplating, or actively working on, and you've reached this like plateau, and it's feeling like it's just improbable that you'll be able to make that next step. In the image, I don't know if you can see, but these are meant to represent like steps and stairs, and they're all different decks of Seasons of the Witch, which for the author and creator and the artist, they're it seems so improbable of creating oracle decks that were not only appropriate and aligned, but for every single event on the witch's wheel. And so it's to show that although it may seem improbable, it's something that you can accomplish, and it's hinting at how you get to accomplish this. When it talks about your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving, here we're speaking about your self-beliefs, your self-narrative, that little voice inside your head. There's something that it's been narrating and saying and every day, or for years, for as long as you know. And it's now time to investigate what parts are weaved into your thoughts that are keeping you in this plateau, in this place of believing it's not going to be for you. If your intention is aligned with if your intention is aligned and you have begun or starting to do the work, or you're working towards, or you're adding little, all your job is now is to continue that, to continue. Doesn't matter how small your step is, so long as you're still taking steps. And so here it's a matter of evaluating, or not evaluating so much as being more aware of your self-talk, of what you've been telling yourself you're able to accomplish, of where you're telling yourself where you're limiting yourself unintentionally, but where it's creating that glass roof. You can see what it is you want to accomplish, but because of some belief you have of not being ready, of not being at the right place, time, shape, knowledge base, or whatever it is for you, whatever that, oh, it would be nice if, that's the talk, that's the place you have to investigate a bit, because whatever that is not real. It's not a real hurdle. It's not a real glass ceiling. It's something you've put there to limit yourself, to keep yourself safe, or out of fear, or out of lack of knowledge. Like whatever it is now, it's to investigate that space and go, what does it actually mean? Does it mean you need to look for help? Does it mean you need to reach out and get training? Does it mean you have to speak up and tell someone how you feel? Whatever that is, it's a matter of looking at it and being non-judgmental of it, but just being aware of it, and just allowing yourself to see that just because you haven't accomplished it yet doesn't mean it's not something you can accomplish. It might seem completely improbable from your circumstances right now, but suddenly I'm getting this image of, is it Steve Jobs, that began in a garage? It's not, it's improbable maybe, but we've seen as people on this planet that the improbable gets accomplished all the time. So who are you to say that you can't? And that's an ego thing. Oh, people think it's a humble situation of putting themselves down. But who do you think you are that you can't accomplish the improbable? It just doesn't seem to compute. And the universe is just going, okay, well, you don't think you can do it, so you're not going to do it. And this is something you've allowed, and we all allow to a certain extent that voice to say like, oh, it's okay. But the message here in the pink moon is coming in to say, just because everything looks like it's covered in snow and spring will never come back, doesn't mean it won't. And on the bottom of the deck, what's beautiful about the spring equinox card is it's showing that you can't just skip winter altogether. You have to have an equal give and take, right? There's this place of equilibrium, and if you're not, and it's calling you to find your equilibrium, which means in your daily experience finding a balance between, you want to be I don't know, a yoga instructor, but you have a 9 to 5 and you're having a hard time being able to manage your own yoga, let alone teaching. Start with your own. Start slowly with doing yoga every day and then allowing that to grow into, whether or not you need to take classes at some point in order to speak out and reach out to those people who maybe started the same way you did. And then, whether it becomes evolving your teaching method, instead of having a class where there's people coming into the studio, it becomes an online thing. Whatever works for you. And however this resonates for you. It doesn't have to be with yoga. It could just be with, I don't know, finding a new job, taking the time to do whatever the case. It's finding the equilibrium, and it might mean pulling away from something you're currently investing time into that's not aligned with what your long-term goals are. So, not that I'm saying neglecting the places you need to readjust your energies, but whether it's mental focus, right? Over analyzing your day is not going to help you evolve into a new individual if you're continually replaying the things you don't like in your head. So here's just a call to find an equilibrium, to find that peaceful place where things are balanced, where you can accomplish your day to day while also feeding into those aspects that seem improbable. Allowing you space also in your mind to find those questions you need to find that will allow you to step into the pink moon energy a lot more. That whimsical, that it is not going to be easy necessarily, but it's not impossible. Improbable, maybe. Impossible, no. Not if you're doing the things that are aligned. And to focus and find balance within it so that it's an easier, like even the forest here seems to be like a complement of this is your daylight experience where you're trying to find equilibrium in order to expand on the dream within. So if you wanted some tarot to add to this, please do reach out. This is a collective message. Otherwise, again, keep reaching for that pink moon. Keep looking for the improbable things, because who do you think you are that you can't achieve your own goals, your own dreams? Find your balance and step into it completely. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we will see you tomorrow.